Hey, welcome back to Papa's Custom Cars. We're going to continue on our little rolly cart project. A couple things we're going to do here. We're going to put a lid on it because these are way easier to use. There's an indent and it's great for when you have your tools and stuff in it, but when you need to use it as a workbench to say pack bearings or assemble something, it's nice to have a top on it. So this one we're going to go a little bit further and we're going to use our welder. We're going to use some sheet metal and we're going to use some wood, as you see here. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to put a hinged top on this so that we can access underneath it. So as I said, we're going to put a top on this. So let's get it measured out. What we're going to do is we're going to hinge a piece of 22 gauge steel on the back to fold over, and then we're going to use plywood and we're going to mount that to our piece of steel. And what that does is allow us to change out that piece of wood if we need to. So we'll countersink screws into it, hinge the metal on here, and then just attach that to the metal, and that'll give us our nice top that we need to work on it. This is, I believe, 1/2 inch particle board. I like to use the particle board because it's solid, hard. If you drill into it, you don't go ripping right through it like you do regular wood. You'll dent it, but you won't go all the way through it. So that's why we're going to do that. So let's get this thing measured up so that we can get our piece of steel cut and then get our... So basically all I want on this is a 1 inch overlap on in each area. Like I said, we only want about a 1 inch overlap on this. As it is, the sheet steel comes in 24 by 36 inch length, and I believe across the front of it, we're looking at 16 inches total. So we want 18 inches this way, and then on this direction, we have 30 inches. We do not want too much of an overlap on this side because that's where our handle is. But on the other side, we do want an inch. So we'll figure a 1/2 inch on this side, an inch on the other. So that'll give us 31.5 is what we're looking for. So we want to measure this out for 31.5 by, excuse me. So let's make our marks at 31.5. Grab them. Sharpie. Go right down. Good boy. Boy, you're really going to be in the way. You just don't know it yet. So over here we want 31.5. So we'll make 2 marks at 31.5. And actually, we want to go that way. That way's got dents in it, so we want to go that direction. And then this side's nicer, so we want to cut to this. So we want our section out of here. So let's go 31.5 over here. 31.5. And then the same again. 31.5. And then make an X where we don't want that. Now across this direction we've got 16 inches. Actually it's about 15.5, but we've got to count that lip. So we're 16 inches, so we want to add 2. So we're going to go to 18 inches. And again, oops, we want to go to this side. 18 inches. And as I say, we can come back with the and cut this off pretty easily. We want everything else lined up though. Now, okay, let me go grab my drill. Now what we're going to use for screws is, as I have them down there, they are. Grab those. And I just need the nuts right there. So what we're going to use is we're going to use machine, but we want the inset so that they'll lay flush inside the wood, and we don't have to worry about them interfering. And then we've just got a couple of small hinges that we're going to mount back there underneath so that we can flip it up, and so we might get a little rod or something that I'll make to hold it up when I need to get in there. But that's kind of the way we're going to go right now. So let me grab that. And I'll go ahead and throw some music on so you don't have to listen to all the drilling and stuff. And I'll turn on YouTube because YouTube's always good. Go to my favorite subscription, Papa's Custom Cars. straightest. So we want to come an inch this way. Make sure we're an inch this way. 1 inch, and then in here we want that 1/2 inch. And the reason we only want a 1/2 is because we've got our handle right here. And that's perfect. So there's a few ways we can do this. We could screw them through onto the wood, and that'll work. So we'll make some marks where we're at on the bottom so that we can line up our hinges properly. And what we are going to have to do here is we're going to have to match this where we put our hinges. And that's so that our hinges lie flush, so we'll have to cut a couple of slots. No real big deal. And that'll help us with our hinges. So let's get this flipped. So as you can see, we've got our line here, so we know where our hinges need to go. So let's break out our hinges. I just got these little tiny ones. They came with wood screws because that's generally what you use them for. They are zinc plated. I tried to find just regular steel ones. That way if I decided I wanted to weld them on, I could. But this works too, at least for screwing them down into this. We can use machine screws down on the unit itself. Let me get these things apart. So basically, remember, we need it to hinge like this. So when they, we'll have to go in this way, which is kind of weird, but we won't have much of a choice. Best way to do it is probably just like that.